So my name is Bri Caswell. I'm a senior and I participate in Best Buddies of FC. I started coming to school with her sophomore year, and that was the year that COVID kind of happened. So in the beginning, it was completely fine. I was able to, go to classes, no problem. And then my junior year, I was completely online. And so this year's, I'm back in class like regularly, and it's actually been not that great. Just yesterday, I got barked at, and I had to go to the New Albany-Floyd County School Board to be like, hey, this is an issue I'm having. Is there anything you guys can do? Because it's happening at least once a week, every week. And people didn't understand why they couldn't do it or why I would get upset about it or anything. So I contacted Dr. Willman and I asked him if he could make some type of announcement and everything because the harassment was getting really bad. And he made a morning announcement talking about not to bother her or anything. But yesterday it did happen, and so it actually made me even angrier that he informed them not to, and they did it anyway. So at first it was no issue, but I guess since I had been away from school for so long that people were seeing me with a dog for the first time. And so I was met with a lot of harassment, the barking, the growling, and all that stuff. But I try and let it roll off my shoulder the best I can. They like to be cowards about it. They like to not let me see who it is. They let their friends surround them a lot or try and turn a corner to where I don't see who it is. But if I can, I'll go out of my way to confront them about it. But I'm hoping it gets better with this article or just whatever I do. But I try not to let it affect me too much. So there's actually a few different ways you can do it. You can go to an organization and team up with them basically, and they will train the dogs and pick them out, be like which ones they feel like can do service dog work and everything, because it's not for every single dog and every single dog breed. But you can team up with the organization and basically, depending on if it's nonprofit or what their beliefs and stuff are, you can basically kind of pay them to do the work, and then they will place them in your home and in your care, and that's your service dog now. But I didn't really feel comfortable doing that. I wanted to make sure I had a good connection with Maisy, and I wanted to be able to learn with her and everything. So we went to a breeder that had service animals before. She actually has a brother from her same litter that's a service animal but somewhere else. And so I personally enjoyed that more. That's what worked for our family and everything. And we had 2 dogs beforehand, so we wanted to let them bond and not have any type of anxiety with her, the other dogs. But we went somewhere local to train her, and so she went to day school while I was at school. She was at school, and then when I was home, she would be home, and we would work on her training that she learned that day, and she was getting constant attention and feedback and everything, so it made the process go quicker too. But I would also some days go in with her after school and have a 2-hour training session to figure out the new things that she's learned and everything. And she had to learn basic obedience before she could even qualify for the service dog program, which I liked because it you didn't get your hopes up too quickly. I kind of knew she would be able to do it because of how her behavior was as a puppy. She immediately was okay with loud noises, other people, taking commands very well. She really liked it. So I appreciated not having that failure aspect or anything. It's it just kind of built up, and she finished the service dog program fairly quickly compared to some other dogs because we did day school and everything. And I'm glad that the process is what it is, because you would be very surprised at how many people have fake service dogs, which is this they buy a vest from Amazon that has a patch that says service dog and puts it on them. And you'll go to a store and they'll be barking, they'll be not listening, like whatever. And there's kind of behavioral aspects you can pick out from them, because they can come in all shapes and sizes. It could be a Chihuahua that has some type of task or whatever. But I appreciated the process on how it prepares you to actually do the work, and then you basically have a facility that backs you up with paperwork saying they trained for this long, they're the real deal kind of thing. So I appreciated how it gave me confidence to work as her handler, and it doesn't let just anybody parade around with the service dog title. She's helped me with my independence a lot, and my attendance at school suffered a lot because of my symptoms. I wouldn't feel very safe, and so that took away some of my independence with feeling like I could do certain things and kind of like function normally or whatever. So she's helped me be able to go out and about or come to school even if I'm not feeling like 100%, because my illnesses are gonna last like the rest of my life. Like there's no like solution or fixing it or whatever. So it's basically trying to live a good quality life with tools like that. Like I consider her like medical equipment, a tool, like a helping hand kind of thing. So it was really important for me to be able to do that, especially since I'm in school and I'll be in college. I couldn't let that stop me from, you know, learning in college and getting a career and things like that. So she really helped with that, and I kind of thought about it as like a process for my future that would help me achieve my goals better. And she has helped a lot. I wouldn't say there's zero downsides, because sometimes, you know, you have to put some things on hold to take care of her, and it's sometimes embarrassing when she coughs like that, but she's been like that since she was a puppy, so that's kind of just something you have to deal with sometimes, I guess. I hear people talking about me all the time, and they think they're being quiet, but they're not. But one of the number one things that I hear is my dog can never do that. It's because she's had training, she's not a regular dog, she's not a family dog. Even when she's at home, she has certain like standards, I guess. She knows she can't necessarily misbehave in certain aspects, but everyone always says that my dog can never do that, or they don't understand why they can't pet them or whatever. And it comes down to like respecting her vest that literally says "do not pet me," and also she wouldn't really appreciate that because she doesn't know you. You coming behind her or stopping in front of her like to pet her isn't really something she would enjoy. And then those are the two biggest things. But I wish people would understand that the vest is also not just like an eye-catching thing. Like it's not just an outfit or whatever. She has this specific vest because it shows like her patches and stuff like that too, but it has a handle on it, which is something that I use almost every single day. And so I need that part, and so you coming up to pet her when I need her is not helpful, and it could prevent me from having her do her tasks. And so I wish people would understand that too, that they could be actively preventing me from being safe. And sometimes I wish they would do research too, instead of like pointing, staring, talking about it, whatever. The American Kennel Club has really great articles, and it actually talks about why you shouldn't, because if worse comes to worse, it could be a really big fine. I wish people would like look that up and like immediately be like, oh, I won't do that because I don't whatever. But I should not be in charge of educating them specifically, because I can tell immediately when people are just asking to be nosy. They're asking because they feel entitled to be able to pet her or anything like that. So I wish people would like very flatly just be like respectful. like if they could be anything, just respectful and kind of mind their business so I can do my business kind of thing.